Welcome inside the Gridiron Now studios. I'm Amanda Borges here with Frank Frangie. Frank, let's get into Ole Miss. Ole Miss was supposed to be a top contender in the SEC, and it did not seem that way at all on Saturday. Do you think Ole Miss was overrated?
You know, it's early, Amanda, to talk about who's overrated and who's not overrated. It's still early in the season. They're probably not as good as they looked against Alabama. The Crimson Tide helped them with a lot of turnovers. They're probably not as bad as they looked Saturday when Florida laid it to them. But they're a flawed team. They don't have a big physical running back. Florida's defense matched up well with Ole Miss. Ole Miss was a team that has a small running back and is fast. Well, no one's faster than that Florida defense. Florida got hurt by the big running backs from Tennessee, so I don't think they're overrated. I also think they were asleep at the wheel a little bit. I think Ole Miss went into the Swamp expecting to win that game. It's hard to win in the Swamp when Florida's good. It's really hard to win in the Swamp when you're asleep at the wheel a little bit. I think that was a wake-up call for Ole Miss. I think they're pretty good. A little overrated maybe, but I think they were asleep at the wheel against the Gators.
Well, in your mind, where do they rank in the SEC West?
You know, Alabama certainly. How do you put Alabama ahead of them when they went into Tuscaloosa and beat Alabama? I get it, but boy, it's hard not to be impressed with the Tide now. I think Alabama and LSU at the end of the day is the game. Texas A&M looks good. Ole Miss certainly looks good other than that one game. They score a bunch of points, but I say it's Alabama and LSU. So for me, Ole Miss is probably third best in the SEC West.
Well, next up for Ole Miss, they have New Mexico State and then Memphis, so they'll get a little break from conference play. Frank, is that a good thing or a bad thing for them?
It's a good thing. They need to. What Ole Miss needs is let's breathe a little bit, right? They go to Alabama and the whole nation's watching and they play great and win the game. Then they go to Florida and the whole nation's watching and they don't play so great and they get hammered. You know what? They need to catch their breath. Ole Miss needs people to quit talking about Ole Miss. And by playing two games that they should win easily, people are going to start talking about Ole Miss, even though Memphis can score. I don't think they can beat Ole Miss, and that's a rivalry. They're right next door. So, yes, Ole Miss will benefit greatly from the fact that they can catch their breath. The big game in Tuscaloosa is over with. The big game in Gainesville is over with. Catch your breath because you got a tough stretch at the end of the season. I think it's good for Ole Miss that they can.
That's a wrap on our Ole Miss review. For more SEC content, make sure you check out gridironnow.com. We'll see you next time.